Hello everyone, OKsden here, back with another video. I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia? I love Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia, to the point where I like the little details in the game, like Alm's spinning animation. Like this. I made this GIF, by the way. Yeah. So today's tutorial, we're gonna go over transformations in SRPG Studio, so you can make things like Alm's spinning animation. Alright, let's get to it. Let's copy the graphics that we're going to be using in this video into the project. I will have these sprites put in the description below if you'd like to use them. Let's put it into graphics and char chip. That's where they belong. Now, let's go back and open our project. Alright, full screen it. And now we have to go into graphics and import it. So, let's go into here. Well, that's map chip. That's for if you want to do tile sets. And just add all of our pictures in. Alright. And there we go. They're all added. Now we go into database, and we're going to create a class. This one is for Alm. So this is the main class. This is what Alm is going to be using most of the time. Alright. And now we're going to make a subclass. Actually, 3 of them. We're going to call them 1, 2, and 3. Just for convenience. Well, that's 1. 2 and 3. Alright. Now, we're going to take the graphic of each respective area. So I'm going backwards here, but all motion 3 goes into 3. And all motion 2 goes into 2. Like so. And of course, all motion 1 is going to go into 1. Let's get it in here. Alright. Now that we have our classes set up, we can now make the transformation itself. So, we're going to go in, well, first of all, we have to set our player. It looks like by default he already has the class, but normally we'd have to set the class for this character. Let's just call this guy Alm. Alright. Now, let's go into config and go to transformation. This is where the fun stuff happens. So, we're going to create transform, and we're going to create 3 of them. Bam, bam. And I'm going to call them 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And now, we're going to, well, I guess we're not going to assign a graphic to it. We're going to get the class and just assign 1, 2, and 3 to each area. Alright. And we're done. We don't have to do anything else. But if you do want me to cover this transformation stuff, I will just briefly. So the description just is the description. The class is obviously what class you'll be transforming into. Play when transformed. You can play an effect when you transform. Play when cancelled. You can play a motion when you're canceling. Auto turn cancel is when the turn, when this turn ends, they will automatically revert back to their old form. Or you can do a command. Custom parameters is JavaScript, and you can have required stats, and you can have required data for them to transform. And of course, item conversion. I'm not quite sure what this is yet, but alright. Now we have our stuff set up, and I explained a little bit about the transformation. Let's get into the map. So, real quickly, I'm just gonna get rid of all of these units here and just get Alm. Whoopsies. Alright. There is where Alm is going to be. And now we're going to go into open events. And actually, if you want to, you can make this a common map event. Let's go to new and opening events. Okay. And we're going to set the parameters to turn start. So player turn start. Or start a player's phase. So, when the start of the player phase begins, we will play the animation itself. Now, we're going to go to transform and transform Alm into 1. Alright. Now, we are going to go to wait 20 frames, and go back into transform, go to Alm 2, and then we are going to wait 20 frames, and then we are going to go to Alm 3 and wait 60 frames. Let's see here. And change that to 60. Alright, and we should be good, to be honest. So, let's test our map out here and see how it looks. Alright. And it didn't work. Alright, so I'm back. I figured out the error. It turns out that it needed to be an auto event and not an opening event, which was confusing the game a little bit. So we have it set to start a player phase. We have the first transformation, second transformation, and waiting 20 frames in between each. And then we have the third transformation with 60 frames. And finally, this is something added at the end here, we have the cancel. Now how to do this is we're going to take the last transformation and we're going to go over here and cancel it. Execute would turn it into transformation 3, and cancel will turn him back into his normal class. Alright, so let's test it out. Let's look at the map test here and see how Alm is doing over here. And notice how Alm doesn't do his spin right here in the preparations period. That's because we set the parameters to start a player phase instead of the start of map phase. Alright, so let's start the chapter. And he does his spin twice, and he's ready to go. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. There is one more thing that I want to go over too, and that's just if you want to use transformation ability in general. And so let's turn it into a skill for if you want like a Manakee ability or something like RAR. We want someone to transform. So I'm gonna name this new skill Super Saiyan, because he's gonna transform into his final form. So we're gonna pick 3, command name Super Saiyan, and we're gonna give him 99 experience after using it. And now we're gonna go into player, optional skills, Super Saiyan, and now we should be ready to go. Well, I guess the importance is that he's the leader, right? Now, let's see what we can do with this skill. You can apply this to anything, really. You can make him transform into like a Manakee or something. There's a lot of stuff you can do with transform. I really like this feature. So, yeah. So he's gonna spin, and do the spin twice. And then we're gonna wait and do Super Saiyan. Transform into this unit, yes. And you gain experience, and the game crashed because it can't find motion 3 for... it can't find the C motion for motion 3, which I'm not gonna do or make because I didn't really have a purpose for it. But yeah, that's how you turn a transformation into a skill so they can transform into like a dragon or something. I hope this tutorial was actually pretty helpful for you guys. I know that for me, it took me like, I don't know, like 3 hours to figure this out. So Alright, so we pretty much got everything that I wanted to cover in this video. So I hope you all have a good day. Bye!